Because I was hoping you would. Go ahead.
Oh yeah,
For
yeah.
thou art a
I
holy
like
people
that.
unto the Lord thy God.
I love that.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people.
Hold on, no. The same as all people.
Above all people.
Below?
Above all people.
Above all people. Because you're supposed to... If I told you to close your eyes and guess which one we at, where our people is this a funeral or is this a party? They do the exact same thing at both events.
Oh, yeah.
You been watching Good Story? Yeah, I watched
Y'all ain't got no flyers with you, right?
Not on me, no.
What about right here?
Let's keep walking.
What's that about, man?
How you doing, bro?
How you doing, bro? What's that about?
This?
Your garment.
Oh, I got this from
What's that?
Oh, this is my logo.
Your logo?
I'm an artist.
You're an artist.
Yeah.
What kind of art do you do?
Let me take y'all to see. Where am I?
Your name is Jeremiah?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Like the Bible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm Bethel. This is Ezra, and this is Uriah.
Nice to meet y'all. True Israelite.
Huh?
True Israelite.
You said true Israelite?
Yeah.
What you know about it?
I know what the word says.
What the word say?
That we are a chosen generation.
I am the
royal
African
priesthood,
journey
holy
in
nation.
America. Is this you?
Me and my father's work. Yeah. Your father artist too? Yes, sir. So what y'all teaching here? I'm assuming y'all giving some type of history lesson?
Oh, snap, bro, look.
Yeah, this is
Oh, you saw that one too?
How you doing,
Kwanzaa.
bro?
How you doing, bro?
All right, I'm Jerome. That's my son Jeremiah.
Okay, word.
Some of our artwork.
So I see y'all attributed that
Uh-huh.
to
Oh yeah.
to Kwanzaa.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
But that's not Kwanzaa.
Huh?
That's not
That's not
Kwanzaa. That's the Jews.
Yeah. The menorah.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
yeah.
we I get it though. I grew up on Kwanzaa, but then I
Yeah.
found out. Wait, let me see.
But the doctor
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is beautiful work, bro.
Thank you, bro.
This
Thank
is
you.
beautiful work.
All praise to y'all.
Okay.
Yep. See my son's name Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Yep. Originally Hebrew.
So you know we the Israelites.
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's exactly why we came out here today. We was looking for somewhere to set up
Oh, okay.
to give out.
Yeah, your literature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh?
Y'all already have a tent, or you looking?
We got a tent. We just. How'd y'all get over here?
Huh?
How'd y'all get over here?
Oh, you
City
had
at
to,
Rico.
yeah,
They knew
you had
about
to sign
it,
up.
so they invited us.
No. How'd you get your stuff to this location?
got
You
right.
drove around.
See this street right here?
Okay.
Come in the main entrance and make that right here. And then they'll put your stuff on a cart.
They
Oh,
take it over to
okay.
you. Yeah, for you.
Oh, word. So can we just set up like on the end right here?
You have to ask one of them somebody working in the county, maybe in those carts. Ask them.
With the vehicles?
Yeah.
Okay, word.
Yeah. Your
Y'all,
name?
Bethel.
Bethel.
Yeah, y'all gonna come holler at us, right?
Yeah, I see.
So, y'all know we the Israelites, man. We gotta build, bruh.
Huh?
Because we come to these events
Yeah.
and it's celebrating black history,
Right.
but we know we not black. So somebody gotta be the smarter one to say, yo, we're not black. Let's put a real name on what our nation is called. And let's call a spade, because there's a people faking that they're us.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. We need more of that. Because if you look at how all of our people are dressed. We really not dressed like that, and we're not dressing like that. We just dressing like the white man, trying to fit in. But we have our own style of dress and our own culture that we now need to return back to. And our culture has been hidden in the Bible all this time. because we've been read the Bible through white eyes.
That's our history.
So now we know now we know it's ours. We taking it back. So that's why I saw him like this. I'm like, okay. And she said unto him, surely that thy seed shall be a stranger in the land. Yeah. And shall serve them that shall afflict them more. Right.
I mean, it's a good way to kind of bridge the gap.
Y'all still doing it? I would love like a powerful picture of like David looking like us with the fringes on, standing like on top of Goliath with his head, because you know he cut his head off. So David. So a nice picture of David looking nice and strong with his fringes over Goliath that he conquered will be dope. Y'all do commission work? Like,
we do.
Okay. Well, let me see. Yeah.
You're right.
Oh, word.
Nice to meet you.
That's nice. Yeah. We were just looking how far we got to walk from all the way over there with everything.
That's the only thing. I know. But they're trying to call. Don't call me back.
There you go.
That's
All right.
what other people been mislabeled and you know.
Well, actually, the whole world has mislabeled they mislabeled everybody on purpose, because like the scriptures say, there's a crafty counsel. So even white people aren't white.
Yeah.
Black people ain't black. So we just exposing it all.
Yeah.
You know. All right. So we need to talk to who? The people in the carts?
Yeah, in the green. You know.
Anybody with the Chicago County on it, they coordinate everything.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right.
All right.
Oh damn! I forgot about that, yo. All right. Is that Terrell? There you go. Is that him?
Yeah, that's
Terrell! You, right here. Man, you ain't hiding for that joint?
Hey, what?
Shalom, man.
Hiding what?
In that.
I'm just saying. Hold on, man. You acting as I'm high. I'm no different than him. You got on blue instead of you hot. You acting as I'm high than him. I got the same thing every
You
day.
just look hot.
hot out here.
Because I'm tall, man.
Maybe. Yeah.
Right, but I was talking to a black man.
He's wilding. So we about to see if they gonna let us bring we need somebody to bring our stuff over. They got a cart. So we just gotta get one. Huh?
That guy probably would have did the escort. He escorted me. I was going down the park. He came in the car and was like, come this way.
The Edomite?
No, black dude, Jake. He was like, I got a motorcycle too.
Excuse me. The roof. The truth about lies. What is that? What lies are you exposing?
Well, it's the lies that women tell themselves.
Oh, women.
Women, you know, when they're in relationships with men who
Okay.
not all the way in the relationship, but they kind of convince themselves
Okay.
that it's more than what it is.
Are those the only lies you're concerned about?
Well, for this particular book, yes.
You're an
I'm
author.
a therapist. Yeah.
Oh, you're a therapist.
And I'm the author of the book.
So let me ask you this, being a therapist, how much of a difficult time would a monkey have trying to act like a lion if it was raised with lions?
It wouldn't have a difficult time at all because social learning means that the monkey is going to act like.
But it wouldn't be able to keep up with the lions, it wouldn't be able to hunt down prey like the lions, and there wouldn't be trees for it to hang in.
You don't know. It may adapt and be able to do those things because it's been around longer.
But its body is not physically equipped to handle the Sahara.
Okay.
You know, and the monkey itself would be prey to like the hyenas and other predators.
Unless the lions are protecting the monkey.
Unless the lions are protecting it. But you see where I'm going? So we are people that have been taught we're black and we come out to black history events, but we got brown skin. what type of effect would that have on a people over 400 or 500 years when they can look in the mirror and see I'm brown, but I'm going to go fill out my job application and say I'm black with no problem?
Well, you know, that's been evolving throughout time because now it's African American. You know, so we just kind of got to a place where you know who you are, you know what you are.
So let me ask you this then, because if I'm African American, what do we call the black person in England?
They're African American too.
How can they
According
be?
to the census.
How could they ever be African American if they never set foot in America?
Yeah. I mean, that's a census thing.
That's a disconnect though, because the Chinese woman in China is going to be Chinese, the Chinese woman in America is going to be Chinese, and the Chinese woman in England is going to be Chinese, but your black sister in England is not going to be African American, and she's not black because she got brown skin. So this is a conversation we liking to have, you know, and hopefully we can set up, Lord's will, we're going to set up like right here, because you're not black. Beautiful as you are, you ain't black, you know.
We know we're not black.
Right. But then what are we really, though? That's the answer we want to share.
Well, I go back. I just take it spiritual. I'm a child of God. That's what I am. That's what I am.
Well,
And
so
all of these colors and all of this stuff is just divisiveness. That's all it is. We all came from one. So that's why I take it. Because you can go down the rabbit hole with this conversation. Because somebody's always going to have a different spin.
only if you think we're playing semantics and we don't have the actual solution, then you'll run down the rabbit hole. But at some point, you got to hit bottom and then look up and say, I'm down the rabbit hole. How do I get back out of here? So, because we have the answer, we
Get out of there.
about lies. Yeah, that's why I came. Yeah.
So you have to go down the rabbit hole just to figure out the truth, because we've been lied to for how many generations?
You see all this new information where it's not new information, but information that's now being exposed, you know, that we never heard about in history books.
You watch Kevin Samuels? You know what I'm talking about?
You know what? Somebody told me about him, and the first video I watched with him, he was so degrading to women. I was like, nah, I can't watch this.
Because he didn't tell you what you wanted to hear.
No, this lady.
Was he right?
The way he was talking to her, it went viral, whatever it was, but the way he
Was it the one like called "You're Mediocre at Best"? Yeah.
That's the one.
She saw "You're Mediocre at Best."
That's the one. I was just like,
With the one with the sister that ran the doggy daycare. You're mediocre at best.
that just hurt my spirit. The way he was talking, I was cussing at her, and I was just like, he can get his message across in a better way. He has a good message, but he can.
All his messages ain't like that though. I don't know. He went in on that one, but
Yeah, that's the only one I saw. Cause,
Yeah,
you know,
no.
people have been telling me about it, and I found that, and I was like, oh.
I think his messages are like, I like him, but I think he does a lot of damage with the good.
Yeah,
It's always
yeah.
a good way to speak to people and get people engaged.
yeah,
But a lot of the times when you do tell the truth, people reject it anyway. And then you got to start
Yeah.
talking to them in a different way because people are used to the nice, smooth words and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
What do you tell, like, when, is this a, kind of like a situation if a woman comes up and, I guess you said you're a therapist, so they come to your office and they convey a message how they dealing with their relationship. How do you do that out here since you're not on the one?
Yo, let me get a card. You got a card?
Well, I got like, just
Shoot, we need more black therapists. Real talk, you know. Y'all understand us better than they do. So, you know, so-called black.
I would just invite her to give me a call because, you know, this is her setting. But I wrote the book because I deal with so many women who are struggling in relationships, just losing themselves, trying to be what they're not, so that they can stay with him and change him. And I'm like, you can't change him. He is who he is. He's going to be who he is. And you cannot change him. But what you can do is accept the truth and decide what you're going to do from your place of truth. So they will change, manipulate, settle, compromise, become helpless, all these different things you see women morphing, you know, into these different characterizations of themselves in order to stay in this relationship. And I'm like, let's stop doing that.
I'm not trying to get into personal business, but like, do they seem like a traditional type woman? Like, a lot of times we battle right now in this world, we battle dynamics of who's got equality, who's on top, who's running the household. Do you deal with a lot of women that come to you and they say things like, I don't feel like it's right that he's the one making the decision. I don't feel like it's right that, quote unquote, to wear the pants in a relationship. Do you deal with a lot of that? Do a lot of women push back on being submissive, not like being submissive?
Not being submissive, yeah, but they would welcome him to do things. You know, most women that I deal with are struggling with division of labor in the relationship. Like, he's not doing enough, and I want to invite him in to do more. And then he may be more chauvinistic and feel like it's a woman's job to do this, and this. So, you know, they're carrying much of the load.
Does that usually lead to a split in the room?
Because we live in a different time now where women are y'all equals, so there's no more chauvinism. But that's what society lets you believe. Because when you need to move that couch, you're gonna call a man to do it. When the burglar breaks in, you're gonna call a man to do it. You ain't gonna want to take that 50-50. No, babe, you go out there. Somebody gotta be to protect the kids. What if he kill me? At least if he kill you first, I know he coming, and I can. You know, I'm just messing, but you know what I'm saying.
You have a summary on the back. You mind if I read this?
You know they need to go on home with that damn music. Who brung your stuff over?
My daughter's boyfriend and his father.
Oh. I'm gonna go see if they're gonna.
Freely bring it over.
They bring it over on cards. Okay, I'm gonna. Huh?
You want me to go with
Yeah. You said what?
I wish I would have known. I would have asked that brother. Cause I was in a line ready to park way down there.
We parked up front.
Yeah, he came and got me. I probably about to park where y'all was at. He came and got me, was like, follow me. He took me over there.
You familiar with what they call the doomsday clock? It's always inching towards 12 because they know the biblical prophecy that the return of the Messiah is coming near. That's why last year they created the Space Force, remember?
Yeah, but see, also it's so many theories, or I don't know how you call this. Just remember back in 2012 how people got so excited and got so scared.
Yeah,
I mean, we don't know when it's going to happen. We know it's coming.
You're right. The scripture says we don't know when it's going to happen, but we have prophecy to know. We have prophecy that tells us where we're at in the Bible, at least. We don't have the day or the hour, but we know what signs to look for that the end is upon us. You know what I'm saying? You don't know the day or the hour, but you know, okay, if this happened,
we all know it's coming. Now,
yeah,
now, one of the things that I believe that we will find that day.
That what?
Individually.
The world is. Yeah, you good, man.
When you read about Paul and you read about Romans and stuff like that, because I've actually read Jasher. I've heavily studied.
Not to every. The way of the world is coming to an end. The world itself is not going to end, but like this white supremacy, that's coming to an end.
Well, humanity and itself, I believe, which is going to be out of this world.
No, not humanity. The Israelites, us. We're going to return back to our first place, which was in leadership over the nations. But because of our disobedience and going into idolatry, we've been reduced to below the nations. Because the nations are our inheritance. But because we did not keep God's commandments at the first, He reduced us. He punished us and put us below the nations. That's why the blacks and Hispanics, you speak Spanish. That wasn't your native tongue. That wasn't your mother tongue. We used to speak Hebrew. Spanish came from your slave masters. English came from my slave masters. My last name is a slave name. Rodriguez, Chavez, Gonzalez, Ramirez, Juan. Those are slave names. So we're taking our history. We're taking our culture back. We're coming back to who we were. This is Hatue. They tortured him because he would not accept Christianity. Here you go, sis. Here you go, bro.
Oh, thank you.
I want to keep talking to you.
Yeah. You got my number though. You got our number. So yeah, reach out or you can text it. Yeah, man. You stay in the area? Atlanta. Okay, yeah, we can still build, man.
Sure.
All right, bro. Take it easy. How you doing, man? You got a question?
No, I'm looking.
African American?
No,
What's your nationality?
Spanish.
Spanish.
Yeah.
I got some. Like I was just talking to him. What are you, Dominican?
Salvador.
El Salvadorian. So. Oh. Yeah.
Around
Hold up.
understanding how the Most High wants you to go, because any outside of that, people will say all the time, we talk to them, they'll be like, I'm a freak thing, and I'm like, you.
So here we go. What do you know about that? Does that look familiar to you? If you familiar with your Hispanic history? So you probably have a Spanish last name, or
Yeah.
where'd that name come from?
I think it comes from Spain.
Your slave masters, your ancestors, slave masters, come from the Ortega plantation. That's where you get names like Ramirez, Gonzalez, Chavez. How you doing, bro? I got something for you. You got names like Ramirez, Gonzalez, Chavez. Oh, excuse me. Here you go, bro. So, why did that happen to your ancestors? Nobody knows. Nobody knows why this happened to my ancestors. Why the slave ships? Why conquistadors? Because when we read this prophecy right here in the Bible, for our ancestors' disobedience, the Creator brought the white man against us. He punished us at the hand of the white man. That's why we all have this in common. When the last time you heard of Chinese people being deported? But they always want to get Hispanic people out of here. Because why? Look how we're always being oppressed together. Mexicans, no Puerto Ricans, no colored. Why? What they got against blacks and Hispanics so much? But then they'll say we black, but what color's our skin? We brown. So why they keep pointing us with that term black? Hispanic. What is the nation of Hispanic? What nation is that?
Just a name for Spanish.
It's just a name. But what's your race called? They don't want you to know that we are the Jews.
Yeah.
But yet we get all this oppression, all this suffering, but nobody has an explanation as to why. Because you never seen the white man go into China and take their land. You never seen them go into India and take their land. But they come and took, here you go, man. But they come and took our land. They come and oppress us. They took away our names, took away our language, gave us Spanish, gave us English. Why they ain't go do that to the Chinese man? And why none of the other nations are fighting for us? America will go and fight wars in the name of liberation. I was in the army. And we'll go and do a campaign in the name of, here you go, brother. We'll fight wars in the name of liberation. But, thanks. That's yours? We'll fight wars in the name of liberation, but who's coming to save us? Yeah, this keep happening to us. This keep happening to us, and nobody's doing nothing about it. Let this have been going on in another country, America will go over there and start a war and take down the dictator that's doing that. But nobody's doing that on our behalf. We just got to suck it up. They say, pull yourself up by your own bootstraps. How the hell do you do that? That's not even physically possible. You know what I mean? But if you got any questions, we got...
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that buffalo, how they kill all those buffaloes like that.
Biblical prophecy. Deuteronomy 28, verse 31.
Yeah.
It was prophesied that the white man would come, take the land from them, and then kill all their buffalo. That's in the Bible. But they told you the Bible's a religious book, but it's really our history book. But they give it to you through the eyes of religion. Now, when you make our history book a religious book, now we don't have nowhere to trace ourselves back to, because now you made our history something for all men to come into. So, sir, let me get him. Sir, did you get what you was looking at here?
Oh, yeah.
So society will say you're a black man, right? But what color is our skin? It ain't black.
It ain't black.
The very hair on my face is black.
Anytime you talk black and white, you're talking polar opposite.
But when we look in the mirror every day and brush our teeth and say that we're black men and we can see our skin is brown, we then perpetuate the destruction in the mind, and then we pass it down to our children who go to school and learn crayon colors, black from brown, but then they subscribe to brown when we go fill out black when we go fill out an application. So on your flyer there, this is the prophecy in the Bible that the Jews are going to go into slavery on ships.
Okay.
That only happened to one group of people, and they not the people in Israel.
Right.
That happened to the so-called blacks and Hispanics. We went into slavery on ships. The world don't want you to know that we are the Israelites.
I can say, man, they done stole that too.
We are the chosen ones that are prophesied to go into slavery, prophesied to have our women raped, prophesied to pick cotton, prophesied to lose our food because they killed all the buffalo during the Buffalo Wars, which you read that in Deuteronomy 28, verse 31, that they would come and destroy our buffalo. Why the Native Americans wore fringes? Because they were commanded to in the Bible. Just like we got on fringes today. Because we found out our heritage and we're taking it back now. But you got our number, man. If you got any questions,
Okay.
You feel free to reach out or you can chill. But look at this. Get a picture of this, though. Look at this one last thing. Take a picture of that.
Oh, yeah, I read that.
Why is this not taught in February, in Black History Month? They have not. This is in Farmville, Virginia. They know we are the Israelites. But nobody talks about that in February when they have Black History Month. Because as long they want you to, we out here, this big old event, and nobody know black folks ain't brown. So what's this event really fostering? It's fostering you to stay asleep. Because if we're gonna have this big old event and make a big old fuss for black people, at least give them their identity. Bethel, man. Bethel. Bethel. Yeah. All right. What's your name, bro?
Jeff.
Jeff. All right. Nice to meet you. What's your name, man? John. All right. Bethel, man. So that makes sense what I'm saying? So it gives you, this all gives you a way to understand the madness that our people are facing. Now we can make sense of it, howbeit it's in the Bible. And when you look at all these people, we all have that same oppressor in common.
They were just named differently.
We were just named differently by our different oppressors. So it gets to be the point now, what are we going to do about it? Not saying we got to rise up in arms, but once we come back to our identity, start walking in that. Because when you find out a person has an inheritance, say you got a family member that left you in a will, left you $1 million, it might be in Cali, you will fly there and go claim that inheritance because it's beneficial to you. We found out our heritage, and it is beneficial to us that we come back to it and claim it. And we are not Hispanic. Those are what the Bible calls bywords. We are Israelites. That's what your biblical identity is. Because society been calling us black our whole life, right? But what color is our skin? What? Brown. Can I take a flight to the nation of brown? So then, what are we to call what are we to call ourselves? Because we're not black. No, it's not. Because God calls you something else. He calls us the Israelites. That's what our people are called. And that's the prophecy we would be brought on slave ships. Right? Because when the last time any of you heard of a Chinese person gunned down by police? Never. When the last time you heard of that? No. When the last time you heard of a Chinese person gunned down by police? Never. I don't even think there's a statistic on it because it probably happens so seldomly. When's the last time you ever heard of an East Indian person gunned down by police? An East Indian person. When the last time you heard of one of them gunned down by police? You don't. When the last time you heard of Arab people gunned down by police? You don't hear that. So then, what's really going on? No other ethnic group is suffering but blacks and Hispanics? How is that possible? Out of all the billions of people, it's always us being killed? Oh, this your wife? Oh, all praises. And you got the bill with the brother right here. So yeah, it makes sense? It makes sense what he said? All praises. Oh man, he got a full old head of hair. Goodness. How old is he?
2 months.
Huh?
2 months.
2 months. Congratulations. Yeah, what y'all name him?
Garrett.
Garrett? Okay. Wait, who's Garrett? You Garrett? But what? Your first name is Jonathan. Okay, Garrett. Who thought of that name? Who came up with that?
I did.
Who's Garrett? Who's Garrett to you?
Garrett Morgan.
You named him after an actor?
Yeah.
Hopefully he likes him growing up.
So where did we get Garrett from?
Baby name book?
Well, that was good. We were staying with our theme to have a son.
All the kids' names are G's, so we had to stay with the G.
All of my
You know, I thought about making my son a junior, and I thought, I'm already me. Why not just let them be them? So my first son name is Legend, my second son name is Saga, and my third son name is Supreme.
Okay.
That's it.
May they lift up to it. And then I got 2 daughters, so, you know, I got 5 kids. And then I got 1 in New York for my ex-wife, so, you know. Yeah. The Most High made us a fruitful people, especially Hispanics. That's one of the blessings of Hispanics. Like the scriptures would refer to you as the Northern Kingdom. If you notice, all these people, Puerto Ricans, Cubans, they can have a gang of kids. That's a blessing that Ephraim, which is the Northern Kingdom, would be a fruitful bow. So you'll see a lot of Mexicans with a lot of kids, a lot of quinceañeras going on, because they're blessed with a fruitful womb. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She been going through it. Everybody leaving.
But yo, reach out to me, man. My number's on that joint, man. You're welcome to. You can text it too. So yeah.
Okay. I
Yep.
see you. Okay.
Yep. I'm Bethel.
Okay. Bethel.
All right, Jonathan. Lord's will I hear from you, man.
Yeah, that's easy, man.
Actually, Jonathan is a biblical name.
Yeah, it is.
Jonathan. Yeah. All right, bro.
All right, man. Have a good one.
You too now. Here you go, sir. Yes, sir.
You mind if I just take a couple of pictures?
No,
of this?
make sure you definitely get that one.
All right.
Make sure you definitely get, because you see what they're calling us here, right? Israelites. But look who's saying it. Department of Historical Resources. This is real. I took this myself. I took that in Farmville. Farmville. It's in the middle of nowhere. You will never find that unless you know what you're looking for.
And I wanted to tell you, everybody thinks Rosa Parks was the first one on the bus, but it's another lady. I got on what it's right out of, they got one of these historic markers right there around Deltaville.
Deltaville.
Look, I'm going to go on my phone and find it, and then I'm going to come back and show it to you.
Sure, oh well, man.
Everybody think
I want to
Rosa
know
Parks was the
that.
first- Yeah, everybody thinks Rosa
Yeah,
Parks was the first one.
yeah.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to find it, and then I'm going to come back to it.
But your whole life, society called you a black man.
Huh?
So your whole life, society called you a black man, right?
No.
What they called you?
Nigga, color,
Byword.
But see,
Still they bywords.
I'm
But you get what I'm saying?
we
not
you fresh out of 20.
70.
You in your
You ain't no 70, bro.
This year I'll be 70.
Bro, you look like you about 50, man.
How about that?
That's how our people. That's one of the blessings of our people. We don't age like the rest of humanity.
Exactly.
We don't age like them. Our our skin soaks up the sun so much differently. We have a spirit and soul with us that the Most High gave us, and we age so much more gracefully. You know what I'm saying? But we not black because your skin is brown, right? So why have they subscribed? Why we subscribe to the term black?
I ain't mad at it. I'd rather be black than colored or nigga or, you know.
But you know what? Imagine if you were that, but really they should be calling you king. How much more ugly is the term black when you're really supposed to be called Israelite, which means prince of the power.
But see, you gotta look at who's calling us black.
Right.
See, we don't call.
But you remember the story? You remember the story of Tarzan?
Huh?
You remember the story of Tarzan?
Yeah.
Tarzan was actually a prince, but he was living his life in the jungle with gorillas.
Yeah.
So his whole life he's swinging around the jungle with gorillas. Meanwhile, he's royalty. Our whole life we've been treated as niggas and coons and spooks and jigaboos. When meanwhile,
they got 2 Tarzan stories. Then.
But meanwhile, I know of the Disney one. So you know, I know of the Disney one.
The ones I know, like Greystoke and all that, they was like rich white heritage, and then they went over there and crashed.
Well, you know what? Maybe that's what I mean. They were rich white.
Yeah.
But either way, he had so much more. There was so much more to who he was than just somebody flying around the jungle. He would come from aristocrats. He come from higher society. So maybe I had it wrong.
When you
but
said Prince, I was going like Prince in the jungle, you know.
I'm thinking of something else, but I'm thinking of the Disney story. They put a twist on it. But the fact is, we've had our history. Our history has been hidden. We're not black, and we ain't colored, and we ain't Negroes, because there's no such place in the world called Negro. And if I call you African American, sir, what do I call a black man in England? Because the Chinese man in England, in China is going to be Chinese. The Chinese man in America is going to be Chinese. And the Chinese man, if he go to England, he's going to stay Chinese. But my African American brother in England is going to have a whole nother ethnic classification than me and you, even though we're the same nation. Why is that everybody else can keep their identity, but me and you, we're going to be called something different everywhere. And every so many years, our ethnic group and classification changes. Because we went from Negro to colored to black to African American, Afro American, coon, spook, jigaboo. Come on, man. Pick one, man.
I don't even look at that because, I look at we all descendants from Africa. We all people of color.
And true indeed, we all are one man. We all are one man, but we all are not treated like one man. And if somebody's got to have an answer to why we went on slave ships. So on your flyer there is the prophecy that we're going to come on slave ships. This is in Farmville, Virginia. Why they never told you that we call Israelites, sis? Why they never told you that your race of people is called Israelites? But it's out there on a historical resource. You see these around Virginia, right? But they never point you to that when it comes February. Black History Month, they never tell you go visit Farmville, Virginia and behold your real identity, what your race is really called. They never tell you that. Instead, they tell you to come to Juneteenth event, celebrate black history, but you got brown skin. Your beard black. Why we tolerate that? We clearly ain't the same color as our facial hair. So somebody got a problem. If we calling ourselves black and our hair is black and our skin is brown, but we call our race black, that shows a level of destruction in the mind that we've been succumbed to. We've succumbed to that from over 400 years of conditioning. Because if I capture a wild stallion, do I kill it? No. I have to break his mind because I need the body. I need the horse. I don't need you having that free stallion mind. And once you break that horse mind, as big as he is, he go right to the gate and stop. Remember the Wild Wild West videos, movies? They could tie him up. Ain't even got to put a knot in the thing, and the horse will stay right there because the mind's been conditioned to do as he's told, do as he's led. You've been conditioned to subscribe to black, even though this baby completely brown. But what's she gonna grow up and be taught? That she's black, and she's brown, and she got brown hair. Ain't nothing black on her body actually. Most of us got black hair. She's got brown features, but society's gonna call her brown. But God calls you Israelites, and our history is in the Bible. Our history is in the Bible of all places. But they gave us the Bible through religion. They gave you the Bible through religion, which makes it all inclusive. But the Bible is a history book. That's why it talks about Ramses, which was in history. It talks about Caesar Augustus, which was in history. It talks about Darius, king of the Persians and the Medes, which was in history. It talks about Alexander the Great, which is in history. Because the Bible is a history book full of past and prophetic history, future history.
It's a good reference material.
What you mean? Reference? Well, let me ask you this. There's a prophecy that we're going to go in slavery on ships, written in Hebrew. This was written in Hebrew. That happened to us. That is legit facts. That's a prophecy written long before me and you was born, long before the white man was called the white man. Because just as we call black and we brown, there's nobody on this planet with white skin like your shirt. Nobody. So the whites of our eyes is white. Nobody's that color. So why they subscribing to white and you subscribe to black, and these are the only two nations that subscribe to color? Because they're hiding our identity as the chosen people of the book. We are the real Jews. That's why they call the people in Israel Jewish. If I said, bro, you acting real childish right now, does that mean you're a child? It means you're acting like a child. That's why it has the suffix ish. So when I say somebody's Jewish, it means they're pertaining to a Jew. Meanwhile, me and you and the Hispanics, we are the real Jews. Before slavery, Hispanics spoke Hebrew. Before our slavery, we spoke dialects of Hebrew.
And then over time, just the condition could change.
And over time, for our disobedience to the Most High God, we went on slave ships. We went on slave ships. As prophesied. That's why I come look at this. Come look at this. This look familiar to you? That's the conquistadors, right?
Right.
And they're attacking the Mayans, the Incas, the Mexicans, right? Which is written in the Bible, biblical prophecy, that would happen to the Hispanics, who are also. Pass me a Northern Kingdom joint out there. There. That's for you. So now look at this. Throughout history, people have always hated. It says no niggers, Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, or dogs allowed. Why you had to throw dogs in there? Because they want to make sure they know we are in that same category. No dogs, Negroes, or Mexicans.
But we're smarter than them. That's the thing.
But look how the blacks and Hispanics are always lumped together in hatred and in their hate. What have the Hispanics done to anybody but come to America and be hard workers? Here you go, sis. What have they done besides come to America and be hard workers? So much so that they'll trek through any type of terrain just to creep through the border to give their family a better life. Yet they hate it so much. But we don't see Chinese people being hated like that. We don't see them trying to be deported out of here. When's the last time you even heard of a Chinese person gunned down by police? Never. When's the last time you heard of an East Indian person gunned down by police? And East Indian people are what color? Brown. So it ain't about skin color. There's something going on with so-called black people and Hispanics that we're hated so much to the point of constantly murdered and unarmed, reaching for your ID and get killed, taking care of mentally handicapped and you get shot, going through your neighborhood and you get shot, just getting a traffic ticket, you end up dead, playing inside a park, you get killed, handing out CDs, you get shot, murder 9 people, you get a burger, kill people at the Black Night thing in the movie theater, you go to jail. Step on a brother's neck, you get to go to jail. Meanwhile, we didn't get that due process. We get death on the street. We get the noose in the backyard.
Because they being automatic condition, think we're always dangerous all the time.
But we're not.
I know.
The thing is that we're hated because they know we're the Jews, we're the Israelites.
But also, too, it's also a mindset thing, too, because we also got to come together at the same time.
But if we come together, Morgan, can you text that to me? It's on you got my flyer, right? You got the flyer? Yeah. That right there? Yes, sir. For sure. I need that. That's good to teach with. That's great to teach with. So that's Facebook.
You heard about that? Morgan versus Virginia?
I did not.
That's right here in Virginia. That's like going to Deltaville.
Okay. That's why we need to link up and build so you could pass your wisdom down. We need that, Giant. We need that. So you say we need to come together, but then we come together in what? What common ground? Because some people believe in Egyptology. Some people believe in one world, one nation. We so diverse and divided.
Right.
What's going to be the common ground unless we make it our heritage? Because as we come back to our heritage, now we understand our plight and we understand how to build with each other. Because Chinese men come here, they know we speak King Kong Kong Kong. They know that. They know they wear the kimonos in Japan. They know how they dress and how they eat and their culture. Me and you have been stripped of that. We've been reduced to nothing but whatever the white man classified you as.
Correct.
So we don't have what our people were called 5,000 years ago. We don't have that. We have inherited lies. That's why you have this on here. So this is what man calls you. This is what God calls you. The God that sent us into the very captivity we in. That's what he calls you.
Well, then there's also too. You gotta look at it this way too. If you really think about it, when we got taken away as slaves, right, to ships, our main heritage that we had was long gone though, a long time ago. Over time, Christianity was a white man's stuff, and we carried over. And over time, we adapted.
We against Christianity.
Does that make sense? For them to even ask that question.
The Forrest Gumps. That's what they are, the originals.
Right.
So, this is the requiremento. This is what the white man came with. This was essentially your Miranda rights. Submit to us or die. And the pontificate, which is the Pope who's in Rome, authorizes us to. But if you do not do this and maliciously make delay, I certify to you that with the help of God, we shall powerfully enter into your country and shall make war against you in all ways and manners that we can, and shall subject you to the yoke and obedience of the church. We shall take you and your wives and your children
and shall make slaves of them.
What type of God you preaching?
That's why when I hear people say they're Christianity, they're black people, just that, do they really know that like that was put on to us and forced upon us when we was put over here?
Here's the thing.
Over time, it just adapted over years.
When it comes to Christianity in the Bible's here, Christianity's over here. Because the Christianity says Jesus died December 25th. Jesus was born December 25th. Put up a tree in your house. Mm-hmm. That's what Christianity says. Mm-hmm. It was a prophecy, right? I'm going to show you how hypocritical it is. Excuse me, bro.
Sorry.
You good, bro?
When we look at things like Juneteenth, how people always, thus saith the Lord, a voice is heard and ring.
I'm going to show you the hypocrisy now. How it
literally says monogamous inside the Bible?
We just dealing with Christmas. How do you get a Christmas tree?
Go to the store and buy a Christmas tree.
How do you get a natural tree?
Natural tree, go out to the wilderness and chop it down.
All right, then what you do with it? Give me the process of getting it in your house and ready to be decorated and all that.
So once you chop the tree down, break it down to high so it can fit in through your door. Then once you place it inside your home, then you start getting decorations.
What do you got to put it in? What do you put the tree in?
Oh, the little
so they gonna come even if they
little dress thing.
The stand, because it can't stand up on its own, right?
Yeah.
So then what do you do with the tree after that?
Once you put it on the stand, then most people, they pretty much put like the little white drape.
Right.
And then after that,
then you'll get a better understanding.
Traditionally, but traditionally they'll put that's when they start getting items on the Christmas.
Items like what? Like what? What was the
made? So like Santa Claus, reindeer. Then you have like little Christmas carol.
What about the garland? Remember garland that they put on the tree? The stringy stuff?
Oh, that we call lights nowadays?
No, the garland. It looks like
the little fuzz balls, but it's not really fuzz balls.
What color is it? What color is it?
Usually gold.
And what else?
And green.
Okay. That's the practice in Christianity.
That's part of the mercy.
But the thing that I always tell him is,
you know how the Geico commercials say I saved a lot of money by switching to Geico? Mm-hmm. You will save a lot of money by following the words of God, because you'll stop doing pagan holidays. Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 1, 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen. You know what the heathen is, right?
I heard it plenty of times.
Heathen is another name for just the other nation. Yeah, you could call them that. So it's saying, don't listen to the heathen, right? Learn not the way of the heathen and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. For the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are vain, meaning lies. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest. The work of the hands of the workmen with the axe. They deck it with silver and with gold. That they fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not. That's your stand. They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must needs be born, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil. Neither also it is in them to do good. So the God of the Bible is saying, don't even practice that custom. But you're reading of that custom in the Old Testament. The New Testament is all the way up here in Matthew. So how are we reading of that custom long before Jesus is born?
Right.
Showing you Jesus, Christmas ain't got nothing to do with Jesus.
Well, that's because over half of the stuff's man-made. It's not truly original.
What you mean?
So when pretty much, unless somebody is actually there to document God's process, or at least pass it down over time, and generation, right? Eventually, some of those words get flipped and misconstrued.
Right.
Not saying everything in there, no.
Right.
He's saying half of that stuff is somebody man-made, and actually made to put inside the Bible.
Right. Well, no, nobody put none in them. This is our history book. This is your heritage. They told you it's religion. That's why if I go to somewhere like, watch this, the book of the generations of Jesus Christ, the son of David, the son of Abraham. Abraham begot Isaac, Isaac begot Jacob, Jacob begot Judas, his brethren. Judas begot Pharez, Zerah, Tamar. It goes on to say, and Solomon begat Rehoboam, Rehoboam begat Abiah, and Abiah begot Asa. It goes on, Zoel begot Abu. So what this is building you a family tree. How do you worship this part? How do you worship that? That's your family tree. They don't tell you that though, while all this is in there. Because that's how we able to get back to that. But the pastor never go over that because this is your history book. But they called it the Bible and they made it this.
And labeled it Christianity.
Meanwhile, they gave you that white image right there. But Jesus don't look like that. The man that's going to crack that sky look like the brother on top of him. And you know we don't play games. So you know Jesus ain't coming back to play games because they don't tell you this part. But they don't tell you this Jesus is coming back. For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree, in the midst eating swine's flesh, and the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith the Lord. They don't tell you about that Jesus. They tell you about this Jesus. They tell you about that Jesus.
Right, the one that people.
They don't tell you about that one. Watch this. They don't tell. They don't tell you about. Watch this. Exodus chapter 21 verse 16. And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. Weren't we stolen by the so-called white man? Mm-hmm. Weren't we sold? Yeah. Well, the judgment is, if we are found in his hand when the Lord returns, he shall be put to death.
So pretty much saying that if you ain't have your own free will, your own free understanding at that point, and you still worship.
Let me clear it up for you. I'm gonna clear it up. For you. Let's go to the end of the Bible. We don't fight with swords today, right? We fight with what? Guns. So keep that in mind. Things will translate over time. Because we used to get killed we used to get hanged. Now we get the needle, right? Still a killing. Still. There you go. Okay. Revelation 13:10. He that leadeth into captivity, then they steal us and lead us into captivity, shall go into captivity. So they got to pay for that. He that killeth with the sword, or the gun, the police gun, or the noose, must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. They don't tell you that in church, that there's righteous people waiting for the destruction of our enemies. They don't tell you that. They don't tell you that this is our...
Well, that's why you have, that's why they portray turn the other cheek.
But turn the other cheek only means to my brother, you. Mm-hmm. Not to the other nations that's taking my family, feeding them to alligators. That's hatred. I might step on your brand new J's. You're supposed to turn the other cheek and understand I ain't mean it. Now, if I come and kill your baby, no.
That's all.
No, that's what Jesus wanted us to do. Turn the other cheek, because we were letting simple things
Simple things overtake us instead of something that's very drastic.
Right. Like you wear red, I wear blue. I gotta hate against you. Meanwhile, I ain't made not one law to put you in jail unjustly. I've never tried to take your children out the house and put them in foster homes. I've not killed your brother and got off. Who's doing that? That's the enemy. Me and you just wear two different colors and live on two different blocks. But there's a person over both of us that's making laws to oppress you and me. That is the enemy. We need to realize me and you got the same enemy in common. So let me turn the other cheek at the minor offenses you do to me. That's why Christ said, that's why the prayer of the Lord says, forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those that trespass against us. Because if I can't forgive my brother, how can the Father in heaven forgive me for all the sins I committed against him? All of which led us into the very slavery we're in right now.
It's a level of danger. Like, if it's not something really serious, and but if it's something that's life-changing or altering or something that can really, really mess you with somebody you love.
But even then, the Lord said, avenge not yourselves, for vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. Because watch this. Uriah. I might.
Them sisters, they retain that jump.
I'm a little rusty. I killed.
Deuteronomy.
No, not that one. Isaiah. I make evil.
Oh, 45.
Yeah, I'm here. Okay. 45 and 7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. So the Most High God is in control of Satan. Just like you would be in control of your pit bull if you was to go sick him on somebody doing wrong. That's what Satan is. He's that pit bull of the Lord that he uses to prove his children. So when evil comes upon you, you must have done something for that to come upon you. We all are worthy of the things that happen to us. And it happened to our ancestors. Now you get to look back on their sacrifice and their tribulation and learn from it. Because if we don't learn from it, we're gonna recreate it. So now we
in the cycle.
Yeah. So we gotta learn from it. But first thing we gotta find out, well, damn, why they went on slave ships? Why so long of a captivity?
But that's saying they're never going to teach you none of this in school, so this got to be something that somebody else got to ask.
Well, when you go to school, you're learning their history.
Correct.
You're learning their curriculum. Right. This is a whole constitution because you have. So this is the laws of God. The Chronicles. These are the history of our nation. Isaiah as the prophecies that's coming. Ezekiel, more prophecies that's coming. Joel, history that happened, the gospel. This is the beauty of what's coming because the Christ that the Lord sent is what we all are going to be one day. He's that perfect being we're going to be changed to. Not everybody, the people on your list there. Dragon Ball Z, Super Saiyan,
Go to Matthew 17.
Yu-Gi-Oh! We're going to be those powerful beings.
So what you believe in?
I believe in? So my belief really goes deep down into, because I already told him I'm not with Christianity whatsoever, regardless.
And neither are we.
Yeah, because I know our main religion that we once had was so lost long ago when we got taken away from our homes on slave ships, and then we got premeditated and
You went through all that.
Yeah, we went through all that.
So what you think about that?
All that you heard so far, that makes sense.
Oh, yeah. Well,
okay,
so far it makes sense.
So what's your nationality?
My nationality, I'm brown.
No, so according to the God.
Yeah, so then you have Judah.
All praises to the Father. And make sure you find out more so you can teach that beautiful baby you brought out here that.
But that's your tribe. But the nationality, the children of Israel. The tribe would be Judah.
You got it behind him. Take a picture of that. Your baby gonna need to see that growing up. And I would suggest going to visit there and get a selfie with it. Because while it's still up, word. Because guess what? Let me hit you with something. The greatest man that ever walked this earth, the Christ. That's the same term he was from. So that should bring some type of joy to you. You
Just
came to him.
so you can see that's real and not just you. As you move forward, you can say, "Yo, I know somebody that been there." That's real. Okay, so you can move forward. No, that's real. That's not just something we got out here. That's real, tangible.
I got you. Yeah, I believe it. Don't get me wrong.
All praises.
Because there's so many things that get so misconstrued over the years. The government, then you also got on top of that with our brothers and sisters coming to mess
Well, you
with
heard of COINTELPRO, right?
Which one?
COINTELPRO.
COINTELPRO.
It's
I don't think I heard of COINTELPRO.
It's an intelligence organization, a program. It's counterintelligence. The counterintelligence program. COINTELPRO. Counterintelligence. Counter. Intelligence. COINTELPRO. Counterintelligence. So if you're pushing out truth, then that means I got to come back with a lie. I got to come back with a deception to make everybody go to sleep. I got to start making your truth appear as a lie. Or I got to make your truth appear as hate. So that's counterintelligence. COINTELPRO, started by J. Edgar Hoover. That's why you ever seen the movie The Black Klansman?
Yes.
Exactly. Black Judas and the what is it? Judas and the
Judas
and the Klansman.
Yeah, Judas and the Black.
So they talk that. That's what happened with us. Counterintelligence. So
Yeah, even though the things we do is good, they proceed in the media as hate.
there you go.
And then people get the wrong idea.
Right.
But I always believe anyway, all of us brothers and sisters actually is all kings and queens. And just that a lot of people don't understand that, don't know that.
Know what?
That we are descendants of kings and queens.
When you say all, who's all? Even white folks?
I won't say white folks.
No. Only these people are descended from the kings and queens
Correct.
of the world. But because we disobeyed, watch this. Leviticus 26 and verse 17. Oh. Leviticus 26 and 17. I will set my face against you, and ye shall be slain before your enemies. They that hate you shall reign over you, and ye shall flee when none pursueth. The second we see police 5-0 come on the block, what we do? Go in the house. Ain't nobody pursuing you, but we just leaving. It said, they that hate you shall reign over you. The Democrats and Republicans hate your guts. They only need your black vote, but they don't have your best interest at heart.
Correct.
That's why. What law did we have to protect us since Biden came into office? Nothing. But the Asians got an Asian hate bill passed. You know, so you got a question. I know you received a lot. Do you have a question?
No, I'm just soaking that information.
Okay.
I'm always open to
Okay.
new information.
Word. Hang on a second. Oh, actually, I ain't gonna get that. But yeah. So.
I mean, out of everything, though, I appreciate everything.
Yeah, for sure, bro. What's your name again? Devontae. Okay.
Yeah,
Bethel. I'm
Bethel.
Bethel.
Mr. Static.
Mr. Ecstatic.
Yeah.
Why?
So my full name is Static Vibes. The reason why is because
You a rapper?
No, I'm not a rapper.
What are you, a poet?
No, I'm not a poet either. I am an entrepreneur though.
What's your business?
So I'm actually moving at the end of this month to Georgia, my business partner, because we got a car rental operation up there.
Okay then.
And I'm also working on having some relationships with people down here. Some of the car dealerships. And got a person too I met literally the other day.
Well, my brother right here, he got a trucking business. So if you ever need to transport any vehicles,
okay,
you know, or something, I don't know, he can truck it down to you.
Oh, bet. I can definitely take a contact. Which one?
Right here in the blue shirt with the Bible in his hand.
Okay, bet.
But you can hit us up on the number, like if you need anything shipped.
You got the number on here, or?
Yeah, it's on there.
Okay, bet.
Yeah.
All right, cool. because once I get operations flowing in Georgia, I'm actually going to have some here in Virginia, in the Richmond area and everything.
Okay.
And then one of my main things I'm going to be doing, once everything gets situated, I'm actually going to want to open up little workshops, teach kids, but also teach adults about financial literacy. A lot of people don't know how money works. A lot of people often taught to work for money, but they don't taught you how to make money work for you.
So you getting involved with crypto?
I'm getting heavy in crypto. I'm learning more about NFTs.
NFTs?
Yeah,
what's that?
Non-fungible tokens. So
that's like crypto?
Yeah, it's like crypto. So pretty much, it's like it's something unique that nobody else has. So for example, let's say you have literally like let's say you had like a literal signed autograph of Michael Jackson on a, let's say on a rock.
I think I know what you're talking about. It's the way you can sell art and stuff online with it?
In a sense, yeah. Then people sell that art and you get royalties.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think I recall that.
So I'm getting
Hit me up because I want to hear more about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the people I'm around.
Because the world's changing around us, and nobody's telling black folks how to change with the world.
Of course.
They're just keeping us to sleep with music and food. You know what I mean?
Even then, half the fast food places around here both look to kill us anyway.
So what?
So the dude who's my mentor, his name is Matty J.
Matty J.
Yeah. He's on social media platforms. He actually has a car rental course. That's why I got on to. So I actually made money off the crypto Dogecoin that's popular.
How much did y'all put in Doge, man? But I got in when that joint started going to like 20 cents or no, maybe 6 cents. I got in a little too late, but I made a little, but lost it like back. But I still got gained.
When did you get out though?
I didn't get out. I still got in. But
dang,
I just left. I didn't get in until it was just starting to go up. If I would have got in before it was a penny, I would have been good.
Yeah, I made $1,500 on
okay.
that. So what I did was, I came down to two things. Either I can use this money to pay off my credit card, or I can use this money to gain more knowledge. I wanted to do car rental space anyway. And so I decided to do car rental space. That's actually where I met my business partner from. But we actually got people on the platform that has their own trucking business. There's people who got like 30 cars. He actually teach you a way how to get 33 cars within 1 week.
Really?
Yeah. And it's all about utilizing your credit.
Now this brother here, he's very entrepreneurial. Like he flip houses and everything. So.
I bet. Yeah, that's what I'm actually gonna get into too.
Flipping houses.
Airbnb. So like wherever.
Yo, what you trying to do? Would you get with Airbnb?
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah, because see, somebody has real estate, right? So they rent out a house, and now you renting the house for like $1,500 a month, right? On Airbnb, you can literally rent out your house for like $400 or $500 a day. You already made your money back within a week, and then everything else at the rest of the month is extra cash flow.
Okay.
So then you create cash flow.
But how do you get the loan for the second house? Farmville, that's Farmville. How do you get the loan for the second house if you because you get the loan for the first house based off of your income. So they already giving you what you can afford. So how do you get the second house as an investment property?
So I'm gonna kick you to the process. So the main thing what a lot of people mess up on, they buy single family homes. People about multi-family homes. The reason why.
So you can rent the other side?
Yes, but also here's also another way. So you get a multi-family home like 4 or 5 rooms, right? Like 2.5 baths. So what you do is
when you say multi-family, you mean two houses side by side but conjoined together?
Yeah, conjoined together. So yeah.
Okay.
So what you do is you will pretty much rent each room out. You rent out each room for Airbnb for like $300 or $400 a night, right? So then at the end of the month, you already accumulate possibly over like probably like $2,000 or $3,000, probably not more. So then what you do is the money you get from that, right? The extra cash flow coming from your multi-family home, you go there to buy a single-family home. Now the money's covering that. Now the money that's from there is covering that and also covering your single family.
That makes sense. So you would get the multi-family home while you're still in an apartment then?
Mm-hmm.
That's smart. I gotta teach my kids that. I gotta teach my kids that, man.
One thing you also teach them too. How old are they right now?
They babies, they're 8, 7 years old. But that's something I gotta remember, Lord's will,
So,
as far as good business moving forward. I've never heard that before. That's a good
they'll teach
idea.
you.
Yeah.
So you see, one thing too, I always say parents should do, and I'm gonna do it for my daughter too, is that I'm gonna put her as an authorized user on my credit card, right? By the time
Good
she's
idea,
16.
too.
So then by the time she comes 18, she already has 800 credit score.
course.
And then on top of that, my business partner, he also has a credit building business. So you actually teach people how to get Shelf Corporation. You know what Shelf Corp is?
No, shit corp, no.
Shelf Corp is literally LLC businesses. They open up and everything, but they never really started. So they just sitting there on the shelf aging. So then you buy out those, put them on your trade line on your business side, and then when you get...
How many treaties the white man made with gas? Like 300, 500 something?
I know of at least 7 that they broke. Especially the Treaty of Fort Laramie. That was the most recent one they broke. That's a lot of treaties.
So he put forth his hand such as to be with feet.
Yeah, so there's actually 3 different ways of credit people can have.
He have broken
the regular personal, business credit, and then there's one called CPN. Yeah, it's like a different alias of credit. So if you don't want to use your personal, you use your CPN.
Wow.
It's just like an EIN number for LLCs. So when
text me that when you get a chance, please. Text that to us. Or
I got you. Yeah, so my business partner went from a knows more deeper into it. He teaching me the stuff. So if anything, I'll probably go and give him your number.
Okay.
Give him the phone number over here and then let him break it down. Cause he
ain't gonna try to bring me no Ponzi scheme or nothing, right?
No. We don't do multi-level.
Okay.
I had my fair share of those growing up. I said, now I'm done with them.
Okay.
Done. That's why I'm doing environmental space and everything now. I will admit though, there's people you come around, you meet those that are pretty cool. Because I don't try to burn bridges because you never know you might need them in the future.
Right.
So there's so I know a lot of people from producers.
You want some water or something?
Yes.
We ain't hear about before. I want to know why we had to do that. As an individual,
all right.
Make some noise.
Yeah.
But pretty much it's really in life how I look at it. It's called looking at perception. So what a lot of people look at as liabilities, I look at assets. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, bro.
But see, that's the only thing, especially as black people. Well, sons of Judah, sons of Judah. We gotta learn how to be more entrepreneur and also learn how to make.
But you know, when we were doing good as business owners, they came and destroyed our businesses. Remember Black Wall Street? So a lot of times we get ahead and then it's always destroyed.
So there's a dude called Wall Street Trapper. There's a dude that everybody knows as Wall Street Trapper. He used to be like selling drugs and everything like that, right? But when he went to jail, he met this older cat who actually started telling like, man, you just need to start investing and learning how to like make money for yourself and all that, right?
Right.
So what he did was, funny thing is, he actually when he was selling drugs and everything, he actually did throw some money into some investing stuff before he went to jail. So that's money that
I know who you're talking about. He's a young guy now, but he be talking about investing in jail. They've interviewed. They let him out.
Yeah, they let him out.
He's a small dude.
No, dark skinned dude.
Dark skin, but he's short.
I don't know how tall he is.
He's skinny.
He's dark skinned with a beard though.
I know of a dude that everybody's going to in jail for stock information.
Just as recently as the 70s, some people are still asleep.
Yeah, like 2009. 2009.
Yeah, that dude, I'm not too sure who you talking about. I won't mind hearing about him. But I know Wall Street Trapper. He says now because he has a huge following, a huge audience. Now he says Wall Street look like us now. That's the slogan. Wall Street look like us now. So he's teaching people how to make money and stuff, how to make money work for you over time. So he gotta like those people, like him, and then some other people. They're called the CEOs. They're the circle CEOs.
Okay.
That's him, my boy Matty J, who lives in Georgia as well. There's another dude, Him 500. He's the one who he started teaching people about the credit, how to utilize credit, how to make money,
That's another thing we don't learn growing up, bro.
I
I ain't found out about credit till my junk was already bad, bro. Then I found out, damn, I had a credit score this whole time.
Hey, bro, I definitely say follow those cats online, cause
hit me up, cause I'm not gonna remember. I got an injury in Iraq, so my short term.
Okay, no problem. I got the phone number right here.
All right,
Let me go
bro.
and spend time with my daughter.
Yeah.
Right?
It's good talking to you.
You too, man.
We got a salute. It goes
Oh, yeah.
boom, boom, boom.
Okay, I like that. So, boom, boom, boom.
There you go.
Gotcha.
Perfect. All right,
Take
bro.
care, all right, man?
All right, man. Shalom.
See all this stuff going on, don't say, God, where you at? We need help.
You need something?
I'm in Deuteronomy, just going to go through a couple curses.
Yeah.
I'm
How you sisters doing? You look familiar. You native? You gay? She gay?
She gay.
Oh, I can see it. I can see it.
She gay too? Yeah, okay. You ain't answering, so I said, I know you were.
I can see it.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, y'all. Deuteronomy 7:6.
The part of our family comes from South America.
Really?
Yeah.
That's us. That's us. So, like over America, where you at? America conquered us. Now, after you conquer somebody, you tell everybody equal now. Because you're on top. But listen to what God said about the Israelites, who are us.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people.
Holy means we're separate. What makes us holy is God's law. You can go in the church and holy.
Did you show her the gag joint with the fringes on the other side? Okay, gotcha. Now you know where it come from.
Yeah, I said you know why the natives were.
Okay, praises.
Holy is God's law. Romans 7:12 said the law is holy. That what makes you holy. The church don't teach you that. They teach God's laws are done away with because they don't understand the scripture. To break it down. So,
for thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
So you're a special people unto him. Because out of all creation, he created everybody.
Right.
Contrary to popular belief, everybody's not a child of God. Everybody's a creation of God. God has his favorite animal, his favorite flower, his favorite city, all that in the Bible. He also has his favorite people. Because if I give you an earth, it got to be rulers on the earth. Right. We were meant to be the first rulers. We were supposed to be the first rulers on the only rulers, not the first, the first and only rulers. Keep reading. Oh yeah,
For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God.
I love that.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people.
Hold on, no, the same as all people.
Above all people.
Below?
Above all people.
Above all people. Because you're supposed to be the gods on earth, meaning the righteous judges, doing things in a rightful sense. But the Bible said when the righteous are in rulership, the earth rejoices. Everybody be happy if we was right with God and ruling righteous. But it's showing us we are above all people. So now go to Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. Let me know when the time getting short if I can get to the point. Because I don't know how much time people got.
Deuteronomy 28.
What? I go through quick. How much time y'all got?
Well, we don't have a lot.
5 minutes?
Yeah, 5 minutes.
Okay. Forget 28. I already told y'all. No, keep 28. He gave us blessings and curses. All us was over in Jerusalem at one time. We fled into Africa because of Roman persecution. That's how we got to Africa. From Africa, pick up with Deuteronomy 28, verse 68.
20 and verse 68.
Verse 49 says, a nation from far will come against you.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth.
We was in Africa at this time, read.
A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
Because we had another language. We didn't English on our language. So he told us, if you break these commandments, a nation from far, come on there. Now go to verse 68.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
When Moses brought us out of Egypt, we never went back. So Egypt, the Bible talks about another Egypt, because Egypt means the house of bondage or slavery. So he said he would do what?
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
How did the black man and black woman get over here? A horrible trip. A horrible trip. God said this before. Say that again.
Most of the African Americans
They died. The Middle Passage died. You're right. But look how God told us what would happen if we turn away. And it happened. With ships. He would bring us, put us in bondage again. At this time, we ain't break the commandments yet. We're just getting them becoming a nation.
Warning. Yep.
So he's giving us a warning. This is going to happen. God said his word will not come back void. So if he said it, it's going to happen. Keep reading.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more
You'll
again.
never see your homeland again. Come on.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and
Now,
bondwomen.
y'all was already over here when we came. But guess what? When they came, they took y'all to Spain and other places. So y'all was sold too.
My family is Spain.
Oh my God! What?
Do you see it though? For bond men and bond women. Because you got to ask, why did that happen? You're learning now why it happened. We turned away from God. Our problem is not physical. Our problem is spiritual. We turn from the Most High. You turn from it. So, right. So Christ, due to slavery, we lost our identity. We started worshiping the sun, the grass, and all these things. So Christ came back to bring that heritage back to us. It's Luke, this is the last one. Luke 1, you know what I want, verse 7, verse 68. So now we believe in Christ 100%. Because Christ is an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. And Christ said he come to save his people. If Jackie Chan said, I'm going to save my people, who are you talking about? What's Jackie Chan? Asians. This is Christ's job. Because everybody said they saved. Saved from what? Let's go ahead.
The book of Luke, chapter 1 and verse 68. Blessed be the Lord God of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people,
through Christ,
and hath raised up an horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began.
But they always spoke that Christ got to come get us out of it, because we've been in plenty of captivity. Christ would be the ultimate one to save us out of it. Many men tried, Martin, Malcolm, all these people
Marcus
tried.
Garvey.
It's Christ's job. Come on.
That we should be saved from our enemies.
Saved from who?
Saved from our enemies.
You can't tell us people ain't gunning down us in the street who's supposed to protect us. You can't tell us people will, or politicians will downgrade Trump about Mexicans coming over here, but then flip it around and do the same thing. We got to be saved from our enemies, man. Christ is the only. We're going to take down the power structure of the American army. Then you got a Russian army, a Chinese army. What army we got? Christ
yeah, because America got allies
so
that nobody could.
You definitely got to believe in Christ, and as we believe in Christ, we're coming back to our heritage, to our feast days, Passover, first fruits, which is Pentecost,
New
all
moon,
those that
yes,
Easter and all those things.
Give
a fire. So that's our heritage.
Give her the Northern Kingdom one. They got. Yeah.
Yeah, you can have. You're gonna
give them two. Give them
more compatible to your specific tribe. Yeah, so it's all about Christ and coming back. Come back and reach out.
Not religion. Just returning to your heritage.
It's two of each. Because they told us in slavery, slaves obey your master. That's the New King James Version. But the original King James Version says servants obey your master. Now when you break that down, a master is what? A teacher, correct? Right. The other scriptures say children rendering service unto their parents as masters. So it really was telling the children, that's it. Cuz go give me some water, cut the grass, wash the dishes.
Come here, bro.
Right, they lied to us. They can't tell you that.
My daughter's
They can't tell you that.
Oh, you know him. Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right, sis. Lord's will, man. All right, shalom, bro.